where I'm walking right now. But I went on a little walk and I wanted to pick up a couple things. I also got this delicious fresh lemonade with fresh ginger in it, and it's so good. It's so good. Um, but I wanted to say hello to everyone while I am doing all. I really hope I don't get run over. Whilst I am doing all this traveling, and today we're about to move location. Um, and I'm really excited. It's me and a bunch of like other folks who are techies. But I just wanted to say hi. How are you? How are all of you doing? Today is actually a portal day. And my teacher was talking about it, so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you all. So my teacher, Master Teacher Karshna, was talking about how today is a love portal. And so if you haven't already, set your intentions for love, for your soul tribe, for your family. And one thing that they didn't mention, but I say, is since many of you are light workers and healers and whatnot, I would set intentions for the world. It's something that I love doing. And I know many of you have so much light. Hi! I'm out getting sun. Yay! I'm so glad you're getting sun too. Since many of you want to help the world, I feel like it's really easy to get stuck in your manifestations of manifesting only for yourself and then helping the world. But like one of the things that I love doing is doing my sun salutations and hold on, it's really loud. Expressing love and gratitude and saying stuff like, may all those who are hungry find food. May all those without shelter get shelter. May all those without water find water. Like those sort of things while you're manifesting, because it's not only going to make you feel really good, but it's going to help, right? We should put intentions out for the world. Let me see what this says. I can barely see. Cool glasses and great day to you. Ah, thank you so much. I just got them for this trip. Your bike riding. Oh my goodness, please be careful. By the lake in Chicago. Okay, the font is so small, and I left my glasses in California, and I'm like struggling right now. I appreciate you. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad you're in my life. It's beautiful there. We've got rainy spring day here, which is lovely for the plants. Yes, it's actually super dry right now in Costa Rica, when usually it's pretty rainy this time of year, but it's not, and it's hot, and it's dry. Just had to say everyone in the chat and press. Yes, thank you for saying that, everyone. You could definitely press the like button. Get it all so much. It just makes me happy to know that all of you have been getting outside and taking care of yourself. It's so important. There's so many upgrades going on energetically, still so much cleansing. In April, I feel like my teacher put it perfectly. It's just one of those weird months where it's like things are happening for you, kind of, but then it comes in a sort of chaotic way or like weird energy, but you're still kind of moving, not necessarily with ease, but you're moving, right? Because the universe wants you to move. Where there's chaos, let's pray for peace. Yeah, that's a really beautiful one. I'm going to add that one to my list. And you know, like even being here, and I'm actually going to walk to the beach. I'm with a lot of people who are in tech, and they're all very much so like activists, and they leverage their platforms to like help people run their businesses like me. And we were just talking about how much is needed in the world in order for people to live happy, balanced, sustainable lives while also keeping a low carbon footprint. So it's really cool. Facts. Yeah, I definitely feel the itch and want to travel. It's been so long. Yeah, so where do you want to travel? Where do all of you want to travel? I definitely want to know. Also, look how cute these horses are. Look at them. They're just hanging out. I love horses. I used to be really scared of them. And then one day I was walking at my friend's show, and one of them just like ran up to me, but I didn't hear it literally, and nudged me in the back and then like put its head over my shoulder, like a little hug. And I was like, oh, I love you so much. I was just talking to someone about traveling to Costa Rica by next year. Confirmation for you. Let this be confirmation. Costa Rica is amazing. I love it. The people are peaceful, and I feel like all of you, since you're all like light workers and healers and, you know, earth angels, traveling to places like Costa Rica or like Thailand, places that are a little bit more known for their spirituality and still have a strong connection to their ancestors, it's going to be so magical for you. That's how I feel here. Um, it's also why I'm out on a walk right now, because the earth is just so healing. How are you all feeling like with this portal? There's a lot going on in April. I was considering being an expat there a year ago for a few months. Hi! Hi! Katrina! It's so good to see you. I was just running yesterday when well, it's gone. I don't know what happened. That message disappeared. You should all go to Costa Rica. I don't know what you're waiting for. I will say that when I was booking this trip, it came in a very magical way. And as you know, the universe does whatever it likes to do. And my passport like flew off my altar like 3 times, and I was like, okay, like I don't know where you're sending me. And then I went to the store, and then these luggage tags like flew off the shelf, and I was like, okay, clearly someplace I'll buy those luggage tags. And then all of a sudden my friend invited me on this trip, and I have come here this time last year, or no, year before last, during this exact same time. So there's something magical going on. So if you feel called to go, like, let the universe literally show you, like, and pay attention. I'm so happy to see you in Costa Rica. Yay! I'm so happy to be here. I was thinking yesterday that when I was a kid, I wanted to be Indiana Jones. That's so funny. I love Indiana Jones. I also have always been a big fan of the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland. This portal has me feeling a little bit disappointed with the results of my YouTube channel, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the one thing I will say about any social media platform is that the more that you can detach yourself from the outcome, the better it's going to be, because at the end of the day, it's going to catch when it's meant to catch. And if you keep going, it's going to grow. And like use that disappointment, right, as like a sign for you that, you know, there's a little bit more healing or a little bit more openness or gratitude that needs to be in its place so you can keep creating. And you know, for the longest time, people would tell me to do this technique, and blah, 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 blah. And I honestly, I leaned into spirit and I listened to my ancestors on when to post, and I did it my way, and it worked way better. It worked way better because when you're aligned, your frequency is also going to help push it. Like as a spiritual person, I was just telling them, because a lot of them are tech and marketing, and I'm like spiritual marketing producer. We function so much differently, and the internet functions with us differently. So, like, understanding the algorithm, yes, is important, but then there's also the energetics of it, right? So, just keep going, keep going. Don't be disappointed. Like, there's no reason to be disappointed at all. Like, be as happy as you can be. Yes, I've been through emotional ringer today, especially. Yeah. If they feel discouraging, I would sit with that and keep going. Like at the end of the day, I always told myself that like if I feel discouraged about it, like I need to sit down and heal that because I'm not any use to myself or to humanity if I am discouraged just by something small on YouTube. So like really try and release it as much as you can right now, and like go, like keep going. And like one of the things that, you know, some of them are even saying, you know, like YouTube changed this and YouTube changed that, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what, sometimes when your life is a little miraculous things happen when you start believing in it. And when you are doing the things that you're meant to be doing, it's a whole lot easier. I'm not your wifey. Don't call me that. I have boundaries. um, Truth, I don't chase, I attract. Ashe. Yes, that's so true. Yeah, I just need to release my emotions out properly. Yeah, just let it, like, April is a perfect month to do that, especially if you feel like you did cleansing in March. There's likely a whole new layer coming out right now, which happens with healing. Like, I feel like people think, oh, like, I'm going to release something and then I'm going to be good. Not necessarily. Like, you take the Band-Aid off and then there's a wound there that, that you got to tend to, right? Shine bright. You're so sweet. Yesterday's energy was crazy, feeling better today. It was. Yesterday was a bit intense, and my third eye was like exploding so much. And there's a lot of people in our group, and there's about to be a lot more. And so I have to like go off by myself quite a bit in order for myself to like ground, because I'm not a social, like, talkative person. Like, I'll do social media because I'm here to be of service. That's why I do it, and I love community. But in my personal time, it's like me and the plants and spirit talking. I'm gonna keep making content for what makes me feel happy and people who let. Yeah, they're always gonna find it. They're always gonna find it, and you know, I posted social media stuff for a long time, and I asked Spirit about it, and Spirit was like, I need you to stop posting everything until you, like, feel better. And there's days where it's like, like, oh, I should really post something. And then it's like, my energy's off. If I feel like I need to post it, I never post it. If I feel inspired to post it, then I post it. Yeah, keep following your heart. My spirit truly wants me to be happy, and sometimes it's hard to understand that for myself. Yeah, it's okay to feel depressed sometimes. Just sit with it and allow it to be. Totally, totally. And I have had depression, like a history of depression because of my trauma and PTSD and anxiety and things like that. And, as some of us, being intersectional femmes in this world can be a little difficult sometimes. And being an activist, right? Like, I am constantly in spaces where it can feel really heavy. So just like keep taking care of yourself. And I will say, get to know your own tendencies when it comes to being sad and being depressed so that you don't get stuck. Like, it took me years to figure out like how to curate my space in a way where I could read the signs of like my depression was coming and that it wasn't going to sneak up on me. And that like I had a plan B and a plan C and a plan D for what's going to happen if I like literally can't get out of bed, or what's going to happen if I like can't like do my work that day, or like what am I going to give myself permission to feel, and how am I going to get myself out of it. Like, nobody ever looks at the last part of what's my plan to actually get out of this depression or this sadness or the pain or the hurt. Like, we sit with it and think that that's the only thing, and it's like, no, you have to learn from that and then create a plan for yourself. Plan meaning like, how am I going to reintroduce joy back into my life, and what can I learn from what I just experienced so that it doesn't always happen the next time. Thank you. I do enjoy my personality, yes. Drink. Love that about the need to post versus feeling inspired to post. Yeah, always post when you're inspired only. I would drink Gatorade while drinking alcohol because it will keep you hydrated, but I used to be the head bouncer at the door. I prefer to not drink anymore. Yeah, I don't drink at all whatsoever. If I do have a drink, it's like maybe once every 6 months, and then I get really sick, and I don't do it. It doesn't sit well with my body, and I can't channel very well, and I'm just hypersensitive. And if you do drink, I would do it the Ayurvedic way with like Himalayan salt, lime, maple syrup, and mint, and like you can mix it together and drink that, and it's very nourishing and natural on your body versus the sugar, the like processed sugar. There's a stigma attached to depression, like you should reject it, but it's not healthy to do it completely. You absolutely cannot reject it. We're taught to reject our depression, which is why people stay traumatized and stuck and on medication. And culturally, a lot of our practices that were used to like heal ourselves of depression and sadness have not been passed down, which is why people like me are out here like, hey, you know. Yay! Yeah, get your learner's permit. Get that autonomy. Hi! I'm glad you're here. Everyone gives this one share it. Yes, thanks for sharing. Repeat that line. And what else? What were these ingredients for? I was multitasking. Yeah, it's really simple. So you can just mix water, lime, like fresh lime, maple syrup, and Himalayan salt. And if you want to add mint, you can. It's really good for your body. It's very hydrating. I am very natural. I don't eat like processed anything really. And when I would actually do my weightlifting competitions, that was all I drank as my hydration. Like a lot of people do, like there's a while where I was doing like supplements and stuff like a long time ago. And then I was like, screw this. Like I'm going to figure out how to do weightlifting competitions and be vegan and like use Ayurveda, which is old, like one of the oldest teachings on how to heal your body naturally, and that's what I did. And I was always hydrated. My skin's really clear. Like it's so much better. Um, Himalayan sea salt, yes. Lime, maple syrup, and mint. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Yep, yep, yep. I like you can mix it to taste, and depending on what you're doing, you can always add more salt or less salt. Like people are really weird about salt because they eat a lot of processed food. But when you are super healthy and eating really clean, like you need salt. And if you're an athlete like me who runs really far, like I need a lot of salt. I lose a lot of salt. I need a lot of salt. Um, I need to hydrate. Is honey okay? It depends on the body. So I do like Ayurvedic readings and things like that. I might actually bring it back, but I do it for my clients. And everybody has a different dosha in Ayurveda, which is like an elemental breakup, and so it kind of tells you where your imbalances are. And some people should have honey, and some people should not. It's on the warming side, so I tend to not have honey. I'm also vegan, so I have more maple syrup, and maple syrup is like cooling, and the way it's extracted from the tree, it's like very nutrient dense. It's really good for you. Um, yeah, that salt is great. Yeah, it's super good. Um, who else is getting their body health and fit because I am, and I'm getting so much stronger and faster. Yeah, Spirit wants people to be doing it right now because it's also good for your mental health and for those who are like really pushing through the energy right now, like your fitness is important. I don't use supplements either, but I'm not vegan, but I like some vegan foods I've tried. Yeah, supplements aren't always great, but I get why people use them. But I also think there's like a huge lack of education on how to actually feed yourself. And there's a lot of food deserts, so access to that knowledge is really hard, which is why I was also on that show, The Block, the reality TV, because I was talking about doing generational healing centers where that could be taught. Um, Yes, that's a good reading. Bring it back. Okay, I will bring it back because someone else was also asking. Because I do it for my friends. Like if I'm just sitting next to you, I'll likely be picking up on something, and my my friend, she was like, "I'm just not feeling well," and I could like see her body and her energy and all these things. And I'm like, stop eating the bananas in the morning, and she's like, "How did you know that?" I don't think you know how my gifts work, but yeah. Um, yeah, keep going. Honestly, keep going. Stay in a community like this where you're always going to be encouraged to keep going. And for me, like, I always have a coach. There's not a moment in my life when I don't have a coach or I don't have people in my life who are like pushing for the same thing because I can't help people unless I'm stable enough to be able to do that. And running like 3 businesses and traveling and trying to make money and giving back to the community and like doing all the things that Spirit wants me to do, like one of the most encouraging things is to get a coach. So if you need one, you know where to find one. Yeah, good diet. Makes myself vegan. I did. Still no honey. How much sugar's in maple syrup? I wouldn't worry about the sugar, to be honest. Like, the industry kind of makes you focus on sugar unless you're like borderline diabetic or diabetic. Um, it's how your body actually processes it. Like the body needs sugar, just like the body needs carbs. Yeah, lack of education. I had to stop bananas in the morning too. Yeah. Hi. Um, Smoothies are a great way to start your day depending on the dosha that you have. For some people, it's actually not. good for their body. That's why I teach Ayurveda, because also a lot of the times in Ayurveda, like your smoothie should be eaten at lunchtime, never in the morning. It's too rough on your body, actually. Um, and there should be certain temperatures and stuff like that to like get your metabolism to its peak. Like when I work with my clients one-on-one, like they immediately start dropping weight, and like they feel better, their mental health is better, because I align their food system based on their own bodily needs. And smoothies is not something in general that you would want to have in the morning or in the rising. Thank you. My glasses are so fly. We do have a lot in common. Yeah, food in general is important, and it's really just about understanding how your body works and knowing how to feed it. Less sugar levels have been too high. Yeah, I mean, if your sugar levels have been high, then maybe not have maple syrup. But like, if you do have any sort of syrup, maple syrup is going to be the better one for your body in terms of health. Like honey is very inflammatory, and agave doesn't really have any nutrients in it. But do what's best for your body and whatever your doctor is also suggesting. You start your day with smoothies. Yeah, you can lose weight, absolutely, but it doesn't mean it's good for your body in terms of like its prime functioning and energetic way of healing. Because when you wake up in the morning, your digestion is actually the slowest. And so putting something in your body that's that complex actually makes it harder for it to digest the rest of the day. But like, of course, you're going to lose weight. Like, I mean, it's a thing. Speaking of sugar, um, yeah, maple syrup is so good, isn't it? My family, I'm going to start walking back because I need to get going. My family always calls me Elf because I love maple syrup and I always have like so much of it. But it works for my body and I'm extremely healthy. And yeah, I get blood tested and do all the things. So yeah, some doctors are good, some are not. I try not to blanket statement all doctors. I also came from the sciences, which is why like my coaching is also really balanced, because I know how science works and I know how like spirituality and like nutrition works. And you know, the Western doctors are very different than Eastern doctors too. So she can be funny without even trying. La la la. Did elf ELF. I love honey, honey, honey. Honey is really good. I don't eat it. Um, oh, okay, your experience. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've had some pretty bad doctors misdiagnose me, like just because of me being black. Which is why I also like Eastern doctors a lot of the time. Eastern medicine in general. Actually, yeah, I mean, it depends. Break the fast. Um, yeah, everybody's different. Yeah, good doctors are amazing. Um, yeah, so honey is warming. It's considered a warming in Ayurveda. So, like, a lot of the times when my clients come in, they're inflamed. People are more inflamed than they think. And so there's certain stuff that works for their body and things you want to introduce or take away. And honey is one of those ones that's a bit warming than like a maple syrup, which is cooling. Um, so it's just the experience and testing. What do you mean? For like figuring out your dosha and testing? Oh, well, no, I don't know who Alf is. What's warming? Like, will cause like heat in the body. Like certain foods in Ayurveda are like certain elements. So some are cooling, some are warming. Some cause like vata, which is air. Some are kapha, which is earthy and grounding. So depending on your makeup, you need to eat a certain combination if you're out of balance to get you back to balance, and then you eat based on your dosha. Um, so, like, usually if people have really high anxiety, they'll tend to be like, you start eating the foods that throw you out of balance because you're so far out of balance that now your body craves it. Kind of have to retrain your body to be able to like balance itself out. Yeah, is agave is great. If you don't need to be on the low glycemic thing, I would still choose maple syrup. Big ups. Yeah. Y'all are funny. Um, Hi, it's good to see you. Okay, everyone, I have a question for you. How many of you are voting for my music? Because I'm really serious about this. And for anybody who doesn't know, that competition is like very, very soon. The Big Chief is my nickname. um, and it's really important. If I can get on that stage, do you know how much I'm going to blabber and advocate? Do all of you know? It's going to help a lot of our community and just give my brand visibility since I'm an activist. So if you haven't voted, please, please, please vote. Like, this is round one, and then once I make it through round one, then we go into round two, and the voting's going to get even more intensive. Um, yeah. I don't even know how to drop the link because I don't know how to use this. Let me see what this button does. No. What's this button? No. There's like a, maybe this button? No. Oh, wait. No. That's a shop button. I don't have the link. Yeah. So if you go on my YouTube, there's a playlist called Z's Music, and it's for the Wango Tango competition. It has both my songs, Dreams of Thunder and Falling into Love, are both on there. But in the description of my last video, and it'll also be on this one, or you can go to my link tree, and it's the very first button. You literally can vote every day. Like, I really, really want everybody to vote and share it as much as you can. I did share the full song. It's also on Spotify. Can you repost your link? My website closed. Hold on. We're gonna shout out for give props those. I mean, you're welcome to buy the highest amount of votes to help out because it's for a nonprofit, so it's all good. I was actually thinking of doing a competition, so whoever I was gonna share it, like whoever can prove that they send in the most votes with photos and screenshots, I will give you a full like hour and a half session. Aw, thank you, Phoenix. Oh, that's lame for Facebook. Someone else was having an issue too. Yeah, you can vote on Facebook. I use my Apple ID, so that made it super easy. Um, and if you, on my main profile on YouTube, let me see. Oops, I just threw my rubber band. Oh my gosh. I can't get it. It makes me go disappear. Yeah, second round because it's going to be less people and it's going to be way more intense. Um, No, you can on the page, if you just use the link, like on my main profile on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, just click my link tree. Just click it. It's the first button. Um, y'all are funny. But when I do the link and like vote for myself, it asked me originally to sign in with like my Apple ID or whatever I wanted to use, and so that's what I did. So I just use that, and now every time I click the link, it's already signed in, so I just have to click vote. Um, But yeah, so I have to get going because I need to check out, and we're gonna head over to our new space. Um, yeah, the link tree does have it all. It literally has all my stuff. I'm also dropping my new website. It's kind of been floating around, but it's bougiesavageproductions.com. I'm gonna do a full launch for it. All information in the whole wide world is gonna be on there. Boo. You all. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.